Good evening and welcome to episode number 3 of the Grassrooted podcast. My name is Dan.
And I'm Rick, as always.
And welcome back. We're a little bit late this week because we're doing some extra bits and bobs yesterday that I'm sure we'll cover in our Fishburn week.
Blinked you missed this weekend. It's just been manic, hasn't it? Football Central.
It has. Been good though.
Good one, yeah. I saw one. We'll come to that in a minute though, yeah.
So, the Fishburn week, Rick, where are we starting?
Well, should we just go in age order? The 8th first, maybe? Didn't go down that way?
Yeah.
So we went Washington Hub, weren't we? Against, I can't remember who it was now. Was it Jarrow Vikings or Jarrow Tigers? Jarrow somebody, the one that...
Aye.
Yeah. Wasn't a bad match. I think we were dominated for a lot of the first half, weren't we? And I think they smashed 5 or 6 past us.
Aye. I think we went in half nil at half time, 4-0 down.
I think so. And then Rocco wasn't in it, clearly. But we came, what was good though, we came out the second half, we made a bit of effort, didn't we? We started typical Fishburn. Slow start, but then it was just second half, we just came out fighting, didn't we?
Yeah, but Rocco, you're right what you say about Rocco. First half, he had a right face on, but
yeah,
second half...
He did alright. He
actually had a smile on his face, didn't he?
For change, yeah.
He come out and claimed a few balls in the edge of his box and that.
Ollie got another goal.
See, I thought that was an own goal, mate, but then the way he celebrated it...
It's a goal's a goal when you're a 7-year-old, isn't it? He
Yeah.
deserves it. Passing's come on well as well, which is good.
Yeah, they did play well.
He did. A lot of battling.
Zach tried to knock somebody again.
Again, yeah, well, it's just stand issue, isn't it? Sonny and Sonny and Archie covered pretty much every single blade of grass and some, again. Some nice little link-ups between them.
Yeah, they did. Archie had a good game.
Yeah. Joe got one. Is that his first league goal? Joe's first league goal he got? No one was stopping that.
It's definitely his first one this season.
It's definitely. I don't think he's scored in the league, has he?
Because he used to kind of get around all over, didn't he? But now he's more playing at the back.
No one was stopping Joe the train. Choo choo. You got to do the noise, man. No, so it was a disappointing game, but I think we held our own in the second half, didn't we? We came back and they dug in, didn't they, and put some good pressure on them. They had a good keeper though, Jarrow, didn't they? He was a good lad.
He was a good goalie.
But it's kid football, development football technically, isn't it? So yeah. Nines next. So so we're now adding in incorporating the Fishburn community of the other teams as well, because we've kind of not left them out on purpose, but we just thought, Dan thought, let's involve them, because we're a club, aren't we? We're a team. So the Nines, I think, didn't they? Was it 4-2 they lost?
Yeah, I'm just having a quick scan through their match report that Chris puts into their group.
I know Woodsy, the goalkeeper, had a good game, didn't he? Apparently, did well.
I think that's pretty standard in that team, actually, isn't it? His name always seems to pop up in there saying he's making some good saves and what have you. So I'm just whizzing through now. So they went into half time 2-1 down. The lads battled. Look, they conceded one from the goalie's kick.
That's always a bad one to concede, isn't it?
If you're up against a goalie who can kick a ball, that's
and the bounce on some of them pitches, it's a good. If it's in your favour, it's a hell of a bounce. If it's not, well,
yeah. I know. Years ago, like when we were, the current under-11s were down to like 5-a-side, 7-a-side. I think we scored a couple like that.
Yeah,
out the goalie's hands.
If you've got a kicker, and we tell our kickers and throwers to use it, don't we? So fair play to them.
So they finished losing 4-2 at Brownie. Young Louis, who took both goals and came away with the man of the match for that game.
Speaking of man of the match, we mentioned that Ollie got man of the match.
Yes.
For the 8th, yes. Fantastic little effort. His skill, just quickly back to that, his skills, his effort have really come in the last few weeks. He's really starting to dig in and listen, isn't he?
Not only that, but see, he had a really good game when we played Belmont. But we said to him after the game and at training, try and look up and pick out a pass. And, credit to him, he actually did that.
He did well. But yeah.
So that was good.
But no, so that's the 8th, the 9s, and it's the 11s.
The 11s, it was a quick turnaround, wasn't it?
Yeah.
10 o'clock at the hub. And
it's nice to not be dashing around the country, just go 2 minutes down the... Well, not even 2 minutes, spent longer in traffic, didn't we?
Spent longer moving the car, didn't we?
Yeah,
We should have walked.
Told you. No legs is took note of. That wasn't a bad match, actually, was it?
I was actually speaking to Kev early this morning because...
Lou's dad.
Yeah, he'd messaged me saying that the hoodies both fit, because obviously Lou got his for his birthday
of course,
yesterday,
yeah.
didn't he? And he said... He said the first 15 minutes of yesterday's game, when we had our new look defensive...
Yeah,
Morty and Max. He said the best he's seen us play for a spell of like 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, it's nice that, because we focus on one thing, but it's good for the parents there because they're looking more perspective of a match, aren't they?
And he said to me, the way we played, we didn't look like a Division 10 side.
No, we didn't embarrass ourselves. We were just unlucky.
Yeah, just little things in it to work on. Really.
Yeah. Simple things, though, if we master it,
Oh, yeah.
Nice balls and passing and, using the whole pitch seems to be...
Yeah, but...
It's hard when we trade on the Astro, though, isn't it? It's so tight and there's so many people.
I think that's had a negative effect on us over winter. Not looking for an excuse, but...
No, it has, because we can't do any set pieces,
We can't turn kids away, so we've got, like... If everyone's there, we've got over 20 people training.
Plus, it's no good for the goalkeepers because the tiny little goals are not getting any perspective of where they are.
Yeah.
But no, the match was good stuff. Typical. I think we started slow game, but we came back at them and we were unlucky, weren't we? Yeah. I think we were. Didn't Mo hit the bar or the post, or was that something? I think it was something else. But Mo was desperate for a goal, wasn't he?
He was. Mo was desperate for a goal.
Yeah.
Thomas was desperate for a goal.
Do you know what was nice though? Alfie and Tennyson settled right down. Last week you could tell they were nervous, but this week, we give Tennyson the man of the match and we'll come on to that, but I thought they settled in. The nerves had gone and they played how they could and do play in training.
Yeah, I think we touched on it a bit last week, didn't we? Tennyson making his debut at centre back
against Harden,
which is against a team who gets right in your face. It's not like the ideal debut, really, is it? You want to put your new players in against a team you think you've got a really good chance against.
Same as Alfie though, some of their centre halves were big lads.
Yeah.
But they weren't far off this week, but they just seemed more confident. They got the first one over and done with and realised it probably wasn't as bad as they thought.
Yeah, Tennyson...
He didn't have battle mind.
I thought he did class in centre midfield.
He didn't give anything away. When what he did, he chased out. He worked hard, didn't he?
He's a strong lad as well.
He's a big lad. He's
not shy to get stuck in.
No, he's not, is he? And same as Alfie, quick little feet. He was unlucky a couple of times.
There was a couple of times. But they had that big lad out the back.
Yeah.
And I was talking there, coach, I said, bloody hell, your centre back's a giant. But he said to us, you know what? He's probably the softest player on the pitch. He just looks imposing.
Just looks. But no, it was nice to see them finally settling and do what they're capable of doing.
Yeah.
Because, it'll do them no good getting frustrated, but they were good. Yeah. Misha had a good game in midfield.
Sammy, I thought, the first half,
first 10-15, yeah. I don't think he put a foot wrong. I think he made one mistake, then he won it back and did a belter of a ball for, I think it was to Lou, and I thought, well, make that mistake again, mate, if you're going to recover like that.
Yeah, he played that pass must have gone through 4 bodies.
Oh, it was a nice pass, that.
And Lou was just unfortunate not to get the end, I think, wasn't he?
I think the touch got the better of him at the end, didn't it? If I remember rightly. But, no, it was a good match. Who else did well? Bobby had a good game.
Yeah. Bobby was back, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Even Leon, we pushed him into centre midfield.
Yeah. I mean, Leon's throws, Jesus. I bet he could, if he put his mic up, I bet he could cover the pitch with one throw, because he's got a hell of a throw on him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And his work rate, he's like a little, he's not particularly tall, but he's as strong as an ox when he wants to be, isn't he? He doesn't have battle.
He spent a lot of time in defence and all, hasn't he?
Yeah, he
recently. So back to midfield, kind of where he originally started, wasn't he? Right midfield, where he kind of first... This season, he first started playing there with more behind him. There was a few times where Leon picked up the ball on Saturday and carried it forward, which is one thing that we keep trying to encourage him to do.
Yeah.
Instead of treating it almost like a hot potato. And I thought he did well. But they all did.
No, I think they all did. I think Lou was unlucky. He scored one, didn't he?
Yeah, Lou scored one. We'll not mention the second goal that we scored.
I was going to say the second goal. Should we just get it over and done with? Melonhead Max got his first goal this season.
Second.
He got it grand, didn't he? And I'm glad I told him to take it. No, but seriously, it was a sweet free kick. That it was a good free kick. He just hit it perfect, didn't it? It just seemed to dip. It was up and then just dipped perfectly, just above the keeper. It was just like his little face, like his little smile, buzzing. Yeah, no, we were unlucky. Maddie was unlucky that the header there scored at the back post. I was watching it go. I was like, oh, like proper slow motion. It was proper slow motion, but put Maddie on the line.
Yeah. So we had our usual Fishburn last 10 minutes where we battered them.
Yeah, we did.
We just couldn't get the ball in the net, could we? So we finished 3-2 Washington.
With Tennyson getting man the match for that one, just purely for his work rate, isn't it? You know, you can't fault a player regardless of ability if they graft and want to try, because you can work with that, can't you?
Yeah.
You can work with somebody who wants to. And luckily, we, apart from my son at times, we've got players who want to work, and we've got you can work with that, can't you? Because you see the efforts there. No, it was kids' football. Their coaches were canny, weren't they?
They were, yeah. We can kind of go over that bit in there. You know?
Yeah, but they were two sound blokes, to be fair. We didn't even have a bit of crack on the sideline. I think that's the first coaches we've probably had a bit of crack with as we're going.
During the game.
Yeah.
I quite like what they did up there, where coaches were on one side, so us and them, and all the spectators on the other side.
Yeah, that was good. And that line, that line there, that was good to keep them off the pitch. Maybe it's something we should do, because I found it was easier to get the players back on the pitch when we want to put them on and off. Because when there's parents, it's distraction, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good idea, but then the way our field's set out.
Yeah, we couldn't do it for the opposition, could we? Because it's too close to, and you don't want them paddling around on the 16s pitch, do you?
Yeah, because there's not that much of a gap, really, is there?
No. But you never know what might happen in the future with that.
Aye.
Under 16s.
Finally, the under 16s. We don't have much in the way of a match report, so we've just had a quick look for the result. We? And they.
Bloody get your match report in, and we'll give you a shout. You know what I mean?
They lost to. I did have the team up, but they lost 7-2. But what you've got to bear in mind, the little old Fishburn.
Yeah, they're in the Premier League, aren't they?
In the Premier League.
First team to ever do so, I think.
I believe so, yeah. I
so
remember
fair
that
play
from the last meeting. I suppose while we're on, actually, on the under-16s, they are playing the semi-final. Of the League Cup, I think it's the League of Vars or something like that. At the legendary Fishburnabout. This Saturday, so if we do manage to get that friendly arranged at home, we could maybe watch a bit of that after.
Yeah.
And then
not the hub till after dinner, are we? Will?
And then shoot up to the hub, aye.
So if you want to come along and watch a bit of good football, there's a few good players in that team, isn't there?
Yeah.
For the little we see. Don't really get a chance to watch them because we usually at the same time or somewhere else in the northeast, don't we?
But yeah, we'll try and get to that one, I think, even if we're at home.
Yeah.
This week. If we don't get a game, then probably just go up for an hour or so.
Yeah, you're right. Fishburn news. Fishburn. Anything?
Yeah, so that's kind of like our weekend at Fishburn week. So training was just kind of as normal.
Yeah.
I think training for the 11s was a little bit better last week.
Yeah, because we had a bigger pitch, didn't we?
Yeah, because the 16s weren't training, so we had kind of like 2 5-a-sides worth.
Yeah.
Which
it
got a lot better when we switched them around to that.
So it was, the 8 was more like focused on footwork and skills, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Controlling the ball is probably a better way of putting it.
Yeah, I mean, and those little warm-up skills that we did.
Yeah.
That's how Joe actually scored his goal.
Yeah, it was, yeah. You can see them starting to use it, can't you?
Yeah. It's funny, I remember years ago, probably 2 years ago, we had some... I'm sure we had some girls training. That might be when Lewis was trying to set the girls' side away, like the all-girls side. And a couple of master training ones. Do you teach us how to do cool skills?
Cool techers, unbelievable. Is that still a thing?
That's it straight away. You better speak to Lewis for that.
Yeah. I can kick it, that's about it.
I can't even do 10 kick-ups, man.
I'm like Peter Kay on the John Smith's advert. I bet.
What else? The lasses, the Fishburnesses.
Yeah.
Another solid turnout, I think, didn't we? They all had the training kits on this week as well.
And they had a second session on Sunday, which we joined in on.
Aye.
So they're going from strength to strength, aren't they?
Yes. What was this? Was there 7 of them? 7 of them there.
7 or 8,
yesterday afternoon. And I only thought we were going up to watch. You know,
oh, yeah. Well, I was training. I was up with Rocco doing goalkeepering, practicing, and then next thing you know, would you want a game? Of course I do.
Aye. I was absolutely knackered last night.
So it was alright, wasn't it? It was something. It's good for them. The kits are on order. In fact, I think the kits have been delivered. They're just waiting for the print, aren't they?
In there, aren't they? Yeah.
It's fair play to them. To coin a phrase, it's snowballed very quickly from a little tiny idea to, start and train after Christmas to a match, kit, a reasonable salt. A few more players wanting to come, isn't there?
Yeah, there's we had a 16-year-old lass from the village messaged me this morning.
Yeah. We've got them well, they're not 16 yet, but they're waiting to play. But obviously they can't play till 16, so that's a positive.
Bobby's sister and her friend.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. One of them's a goalkeeper, I think. I think it's Bobby's sister's a goalkeeper. Bobby's sister's friend.
Well, that's all right then.
So,
that's the kind of position we're looking for.
We've only got to wait on May, so it's only, 3 or 4 months? 3 months, so it's not the end of the world. Seems to have gone from strength to strength very quickly. Which is always positive.
The Helen, our secretary, messaged out today saying that she's put through the request to get the team set up.
Yeah.
So then we can get all the players registered and everything once that comes back.
Got to be safe and sorry, haven't you?
Yeah.
Especially playing friendly, especially adults as well. They probably do more damage than kids for a bad tackle or just an even accident. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it was a bad tackle.
And the last one that we can't remember, Friday night.
Friday night, yeah.
14 of us turned up.
Yeah.
For our first kind of social. It was more of a meet and greet, get together, knock about,
yeah.
See who's actually going to turn up every week before we then decide, do we look to enter one of these Sunday League teams or not?
Yeah, it was a good turf. To be fair, it was good. Pretty slippy, the AstroTurf though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think I went over 3 times.
I went over twice, I hurt my knee.
But that was part of the fun.
It was decent.
Yeah.
Good
techers on shore.
Facilities weren't the best, but everything else is booked up in it now.
Well, that reminds me. I was going to message the comp, see if they've got anything on there. You know what I mean? On Friday night for an hour. Just in case.
Yeah, it's worth
But for 6 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever the clock's turn, it'll do, won't it? It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it was a good
if
turnout.
If it stays dry, that was just a wet bit in the corner, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was just. I don't think that's changed in 20 odd years since I went to school, but better than nothing again, in it. You know what I mean? Can't be ungrateful. It was only 30 odd quid as well.
Yeah. Aye.
Ideal.
I think that's about it, isn't it, for the week?
I think so. 6 new bobble hats. We've got some merch.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone's interested.
The hats are in. What else is in? Oh, the mugs and that.
Are they ready?
I think we mentioned them last week, didn't we? That we're getting some.
I knew they were.
Well, she's done some of the mugs, haven't we? So we've seen a proof.
Look mint at my desk at work, that.
So when's Mother's Day? When's Mother's Day? If anyone's mum, wants
Valentine's Day.
Fishburne hat.
Fishburne hat, Fishburne cup. If you get your partner, male, female, whatever, doesn't matter, because we're an equal club for equal people, equal sport. Get them some Fishburne merch, they'll love you forever. Simples. Not messing about.
And then obviously we've discussed also, haven't we, getting some caps in.
Yeah, some baseball caps.
Just
for the summer.
We've only got probably another month really wearing a woolly hat, haven't we?
Yeah.
And I do like a cap.
Handy for goalkeepers as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ideal just to have.
So we'll get some caps on the go.
So keep an eye out for that sick merch. Hats are currently available. £10 a piece. Very warm. Yeah, ideal. Get yourself along. And then, want the gripe. Grumble.
The grass-rooted gripe, or grumble. Yeah. Grumble or gripe, doesn't it? It's more of a grumble this week.
Yeah, it's more of a grumble. And this was actually, again, mentioned by other people, wasn't it? So the feed, obviously, we're taking on board what people are saying, and this is something that come up a couple of times now, hasn't it?
Yeah. So
we only thought, Dan messaged me and said, should we talk about this? And I was like, seems apt, especially, yeah.
So, we could probably go back to the under-11s game on Saturday.
Yeah, that's probably the best example at the minute.
So, the gripe or grumble this week is referees, specifically young referees, taking flack from the sidelines, innit?
Yeah, I think it's all referees, but it seems to be particularly aimed at younger ones. Yeah. I don't know if it's coincidence or what, but...
Yeah, so if you look at our under-11s game, when T, who was playing, was it left back, wasn't he?
He was at left back. But I mean, to put it in the context, those who don't know T, he's not a little lad. He's a big, strong lad, and he's run at me before and he's had me over. So, you know.
What size 8 feet?
Oh yeah, he's a good lad. He's timid as out, but he's strong. So and that lad was working his ticket all game, wasn't he?
The lad that studded him through his shin pad.
Yeah, through his shin pad.
Yeah, so this kid got sent off. This kid clattered T, one of our players. And I think a couple of kids on their team were setting the mouths go.
Yeah, but he was particularly bad, that kid, wasn't he?
Max had a go at them after because they were suggesting that it was like a cool challenge or something like that.
Yeah.
So I thought, because I asked the ref, I send him off.
Yeah.
Not like send him off, it was more because I saw him waving his arms around. But what he said was, didn't he, that he asked for him to be subbed. Now, he told us at the game, didn't he?
Yeah.
The reason I've asked him to be subbed is because if I send him off, I'm going to get loads of chew off the sideline.
Shouldn't be like that though, should it? And he was. Do you know what? He was what was he? 15, 16 at a push?
Well, he was a big, strong lad.
He was.
And I said to him, "Well, I bet you're ready for a couple of beers now, eh, mate? I'm not old enough."
Yeah, but a kid shouldn't. You know, we've also heard from some of our committee members that one of their sons, who was a ref, had a bit of chew in the car park with a guy. How old's Ethan? 15, 16?
16, isn't he?
And a big burly bloke's coming up the air, you know. It's not appropriate.
We wanted to fill him in the car park, didn't he?
And, you know, you're seeing everything over. Now, I don't agree with the silent weekend because for our teams, we struggled with it. However, I do see the point. But positive praise is always positive. But, guys, like, if you're one of these people who go out and abuse the ref, stop it because you're just going to spoil it for us all. And some of these are young lads, you know, they do it for the love of the game and maybe a bit of pocket money.
Well, sorry, Rick, go on.
No, I was just going to say, it's like what they say on Facebook, and no ref, no game, and it's a bit like, I don't, you know, if you want to go and chew on, go to a boxing ring, go and find someone your own size and age, if you really want to, but these people probably wouldn't because they know what'll happen.
Well, I mean, even like our game the other week when Chris was refereeing for us for the under-11s and there was one challenge in the game. And their coach was straight on the pitch, having to go at refs saying, "Come on, you got to, you know, you
protecting these players.
Got to protect my players, or I'm going to take them away." But that was the first challenge in the game.
And do you know what? That only looks so bad because it was two big lads.
Aye.
It was two big lads going in on each other. And there was no malice. The ball was played, but it was just two strong big lads.
I think there was one just before that where Max had, you know, gone for the ball and hit that lad, kicked that lad in the knee, but it wasn't like.
But that happens, though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that happens. Accidents happen, but. We can't, even adult refs, but I don't know what the stop is because referees shouldn't be frightened to send I mean, okay, he's a 10-year-old and he's been sent off, might be a bit harsh, but at the same time, a couple of years' time, he'll need to learn. You know, his behaviour and swearing at the referee. I mean, prime example, if you YouTube, it's there, but there's that referee, that Welsh guy, the Welsh rugby referee, I can't remember his name now, was the first one to come out gay. I can't remember his name now, I'm just saying that context. But there's a clip from a couple of years ago, and the amount of respect rugby players have for the ref is phenomenal. And he'd said to him, this guy had started swearing, and this guy must have been 6 times his size. And he went, it's not soccer, this is rugby, you respect me properly. And this guy must have been 30 stone of pure muscle, just bowed down to this ref. And I thought, that's amazing. That's how it should be.
It should be. I mean, when I used to play rugby, if you even just moaned at the ref, you were straight in the sin bin.
But parents shout at kids. It should only be positive. But do you know what I think of the Premier League, the League One? Obviously, tempers get frayed, and it's a big business compared to ours. But Jurgen Klopp, I was watching it the other day. Jurgen Klopp screaming at the man. Was it Saturday when they played Wolves? Saturday. Whenever it was, Jurgen Klopp's particularly terrible, screaming and shouting at the fourth official or the linesman. Find them because kids are seeing that. And copying, because you know, they copy that, just behaviour copy. It's just as much as trying to do a flick or a turn or the celebrations. Yeah. I think going back to last week, they've probably got a lot to answer for in regards to that as well, because they do scream and shout, and some of the effing and jeffing they do. It's not appropriate when you've got kids watching.
I think as well, you know, when you've got sort of on the telly again, when you've got like 10 players surrounding the ref.
Yeah.
You should just start chucking cards out.
Maybe that's what it'll take. When it gets to 9, your team's down to 9, and this game's got to be abandoned. Is it 9 or 8? 9, I think, isn't it? 9 or 8. Maybe that's what they need, and all these companies are losing television rights because kids are copying.
Yeah, there's kids where there's been a tackle in our games, and the kids have been, he referee, waving their arms about, and it's like...
When we played that team in the cup, and as soon as you looked at them, they fell over, and even one of their own players was like, come on, sort it out now.
Even, this is 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
They don't know the full laws of the game, do they?
No, of course they don't.
They know how to kick a ball and where to score it.
Yeah.
Some of them might know the offside rule.
But yeah, it does need to stop. I don't think silent weekends are the answer, because some kids like our eights need praise and guidance.
Actually, though, that's the next one. It's this month, isn't it, sometime?
February. Is it the last weekend in February?
I think it might be the 25th.
25th, something, yeah.
I'm sure I've seen something saying that we can talk to players.
That's good, because that's fair.
But obviously parents and stuff can't.
Right.
Which, again, we've had conversations in the past where, people on the sideline have tried to tell players what to do.
Yeah, true, yeah. But generally we have a good set of parents on both teams.
Yeah.
And it's generally nothing but positive.
Oh, yeah, it's just, people being eager and excited and that sort of thing. But, if...
No one gets more excited than me.
If we're trying to tell, someone to pass and his mum or dad stood on the sideline telling him to shoot, then, I take somebody on. That doesn't help, does it?
But in the other context, we have had players... other teams' parents calling out players little this and little that, and they think it's acceptable.
Max has had some stick from the sidelines.
So that at this age, that behaviour's learned. When we swear, it's our own fault now. But at that age, it's learned. If I ever caught my kids swearing,
oh yeah, well, like Chris said, didn't he? At that age, if he sees a kid swear, he sends him off.
Yeah, it's only punishment, but we all need to work together to stamp this out, don't we? Respect barriers or ask parents to leave. But it is daunting even for me. I'm a big lad, but. If you say to one dad who's got all his mates around you, they're then looking, same as referees will be looking, well, there's one of me and 6 of them.
Yeah, so I did the first few modules of that referees course, and I'm at some games with some of our teams thinking, Jesus, I don't know if I can be asked for this, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why, we on about having a friendly at home potentially on Saturday, we probably can't find a referee.
Yeah, and the referees are, they're hard to find, and good referees, because it's not that each referee is good enough, because they clearly are, but it's probably nerves. It's probably she and nerves and thinking, if I blow that foul, even though it was a foul, is that coach going to scream at me? Is that going to, you know what I mean?
Well, isn't that why Chris said Ethan only refs for a certain... He said he'll only ref for a certain age.
Oh, does he? Right, okay. Is that just to stop the chew?
I wouldn't be surprised. He has mentioned it before, because he did us once, didn't he? He did the 11s once. He ref for us. Or did he not?
Is that Ethan you're thinking of?
Yeah, Chris's son.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said Chris. Yeah, because he didn't, He said he doesn't want the chin, which shouldn't be like that. It's just 16-year-old shouldn't be frightened and go and do something he enjoys.
He's not like a small lad either.
No.
He's a big lad.
But, yeah, so stop it. If you know somebody who does it,
yeah.
If we stick together towards the people who do it and say, please leave us, you're not welcome, they'll sharp stop. It's only the kids that lose out at the end of the day.
But we've got our code of conducts for away fans and players and spectators, haven't we? So, I would have no problems at all going around and telling someone to leave.
No, definitely. We're all for supporting thingy. We're supporting the players, and we're all happy. We want the support. We thrive in the support and the cheering and the positive praise, but yeah, I'm the same as you. As soon as I hear it, we'll ask them to leave. They're spoiling for the kids. The selfish behaviour is spoiling for the kids.
Yeah.
Really.
Aye.
But on that note, yeah. So if there's anything anybody wants to talk about or mention or any more ideas or feedback, the feedback's been quite good so far.
Yeah. We're running out of gripes, so if there's anything that you're really annoyed with in football, I'm sure we'll probably have a similar feeling. We just can't think of it right now. But
or if you fancy coming on for a little speech, a little slot, a little rant, stop me doing it.
What have we covered now? We've dodgy friendlies and tournaments.
Yeah.
And then last week was...
That was dodgy. Was that dodgy? That was dodgy last week, wasn't
last week?
No, it was the weather first, wasn't it?
Oh, yes,
It was in our infancy, the weather. And then we did the dodgy things last week. Charlatans. Sharks. You know who you are.
The look at me, I won 15-0 last week kind of people.
Yeah.
Aye.
Not interested, pal? Don't even listen to my podcast. Our podcast for a team, obviously, but I'm the better one. And then this week was the referees.
I'm sure we'll find something else.
Oh, there'll be something, won't there? So if you've got any ideas, guys, people, let us know.
Alright. Nice one.
Happy days.
Well, hopefully, we'll be back on our usual slot Sunday next week. Because I know we have our people asking in the under 11s group.
Yes, it's good. We've got a fan base now, man. We're important. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Make sure
like and share.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, or I think you can follow it on Spotify.
But yeah.
Still waiting on Apple signing us off.
Oh, Apple. We're too big for them now. Too important.
Yeah, way too big.
Apple again? We'll go with Orange instead. So TTFN.
Yeah, nice one. See you later.